there, I am Kathryn Lang, and I am part of a 20-question challenge that was passed on to me by a wonderful friend, Carol Marks, and I promise you, Carol, that you will be blessed for passing this challenge on to me. The goal is to answer 50 questions, which I have over on the side of my computer here, and to tell you a little bit more about myself, maybe more than you ever really wanted to know. So let's get started. We'll jump right in. The first question is, what are you wearing right now? Well, right now I am currently in sweats and a corduroy shirt with a t-shirt on underneath it because it has dropped from a wonderful balmy 65 yesterday in Alabama to below freezing. So I'm trying to keep warm. As a matter of fact, I have a wonderful little blanket. See, here's my blanket, keeping me warm as I do the 50 questions. My next one is, ever been in love? And I would say without a doubt that yes, I have been in love, and I am still in love with my sweetheart, Keith Edward Lang. I met him when I was 12 years old and stalked him for many years before he finally caught on that yes, I was interested in him. And we started dating. We dated on and off through high school, and I was blessed to be able to marry him in 1993. Have you ever had a terrible breakup? We don't have enough time to discuss that particular issue. Let's just say yes, and police had to be involved. How tall are you? I am exactly 5 feet tall. There have been times when people have tried to convince me that I was a little bit taller, namely military recruiters trying to get me to join because I wanted to fly, and at the time you had to be 5'1", but I am only 5 feet tall. How much do you weigh? I am not answering that question. Let's just say it's more than I should, and we'll leave it at that. Do you have any tattoos? Absolutely not. Not a single one. Never been something that has interested me. I have a high pain tolerance, but I've never actively pursued pain like that. Any piercings? Well, except for my piercings. I do have my ears. Both ears are double pierced. My grandfather actually pierced my ears the first time they were pierced, and the second time, I'm not real sure where I got them done the second time. OTP. Have no idea what OTP is. Maybe these questions needed to come with some explanations. Favorite show? You know, as long as it's got a little bit of snark in it, I'm pretty good. I enjoy Castle. I really enjoyed the Finders, excuse me. But apparently that's off the air. Suburgatory. I like a little bit of snark and a lot of laughter, even in my mysteries. Favorite bands? My husband will tell you that I am pathetic at recognizing bands, and I will go along with that. I have several musicians that I enjoy listening to. I enjoy Andrew Peterson, and if you've never heard Andrew's music, I highly recommend you check him out on YouTube or go to his website. Love his music, but I'm an acoustical girl, so anything with an acoustical guitar will usually win me over. Something you miss? Let me think about that for a second. I miss having my horse. I had a horse growing up, and even though we live out here on a beautiful 40 acres, I don't get to we don't have horses yet. We don't have a fence, and I don't get to go riding like I used to, and I absolutely love being able to ride, especially in the spring and the fall. Those are my 2 favorite riding seasons. Favorite song? All-time favorite? I don't know. I'd probably go to something that's Eagles or, like I said, Andrew Peterson. Anything with that acoustical guitar feel to it, I'm probably going to rank up there in my top favorites. How old are you? I just turned 44 in January, so I am now 44. Don't tell anybody. Zodiac sign, I don't really follow that. I do know I'm Aquarius because I was born in January. Quality you look for in a partner? Compassion, unconditional love, and a sense of humor. And I got all 3 of those in the wonderful package of my husband. We've been married 20 years. We've known each other for 3 decades. And I know that I can trust him with anything, and I never have to worry about what he's doing or who he's with. I mean, granted, if Tom and Chris are in the picture, I should be concerned, but I don't have to worry. Favorite quote. My favorite book of all times is The Little Prince, and many of the quotes from The Little Prince are things that have touched my heart. Probably the top one is when the Little Prince is getting ready to go back to his planet, and he says to the pilot that in one of the stars I will be living, and one of the stars I will be laughing. So when you look up at the stars at night, it will be as if all the stars are laughing, and you alone will have stars that can laugh. And when my mom passed in March, that's the quote that really got me through, because I went outside and I was able to look up at the stars and know that I would always have her in my heart. And that's what I think the Little Prince was trying to say. So that's probably my favorite of all quotes. My favorite actor, have no favorite actor. Enjoy people that enjoy life, have a foundation, live by that foundation, and that are bold in it. Favorite color, absolutely green, because I am under the impression that green is God's favorite color, because look around the world, everything's green or blue. So that's my theory anyway. Loud music or soft music, good acoustical guitar would be what I'd call soft music. I can tolerate loud music because I married a rock listener, hard, soft, old, heavy metal. He doesn't care, and he's going to listen. I can hear him coming up the driveway still. So I can tolerate either. Where do you go when you're sad? I like the sound of running water, so I try to get, it used to be I would go for walks down by the lake because I lived near Gunnersville Lake, but I'm blessed to live on a creek now, so I can go down and sit by the creek and listen to the creek. How long does it take you to shower? I live in a house full of men, so I have a private bathroom pretty much, so I can take all day if that's my goal. I was smart enough after the tornadoes to invest in an 80-gallon water heater, so I really can't take a shower for most of the day. But I'm a fast showerer because of the situation I grew up with. If I didn't get out of the shower fast enough, someone in the other bathroom would turn on the water, and that would steal all of your hot water, and you'd be taking a cold shower. So I can take a pretty fast shower. I prefer baths. That's just me. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Me, I'm one of the brush and go kind of gals. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time getting ready. Most of the time my hair will behave itself. Occasionally it needs some instruction. So I would say anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes depending on the situation. Have you ever been in a physical fight? That's a trick question. No, it's not. I've never been in an actual fight, but got close enough that too close for comfort. Turn on laughter. I love laughter, and it always makes me feel good about the situation and about the people. Turn off negativity. I don't like to hear. I don't like the negativity, especially sarcastic negativity. That's probably the worst for me. Lost my place. The reason I joined YouTube, because they told me I had to. So many years ago, as I was building my platform as a writer and as a speaker, I was told that I needed to be on all the different social media, so I did join YouTube. Fears, other than alligators and sharks, I don't have a whole lot of fears. And I really would say that it's not that I'm afraid of alligators and sharks, it's just that I respect them enough not to get in their territory. The reason, the last thing that made you cry. TV show from yesterday, I do believe, or a commercial, or it could have been both, or maybe it was something on YouTube. I will cry at the drop of a hat if the emotions are twisted hard enough. Last time you said you loved someone. I say it all the time. I say it every day. I said it this morning on the radio program, because I think that without the love of the people around me and without showing the love to the people around me, then it's really not worth it anyway. So I try to share love and show love and offer love every chance I get. Meaning behind your YouTube name. Well, back to the platform thing, I tried to across the board every time I opened an account to keep it consistent, and for the last several years it's always been Kathryn C. Lang. That's my platform, that is my brand, and so I tried to use it across the board. The last book you read, let me think. I'm not really sure. I've been reading bits and pieces of books. I read the Hunger Games series several different times, but I don't think that was the last one. I'm currently reading several nonfiction books about building your freelance writing career, about branding, trust agents. I'm rereading through that one. So there, nothing I can think of off the top of my head, but I promise to start coming back and sharing that with you. Last show you watched last night, we sat around as a family and watched several episodes of Leverage. My sons love Leverage, and I've seen the whole series, but I sit through it with them because, you know, there's nothing quite like as a family figuring out the con. Last person you talked to. I was talking to my 8-year-old before I came in here. He is finishing up his school. We homeschool, and he's finishing up his school with the condition that when I finish recording, he gets to record something himself. So who knows, you may get to see my 8-year-old performing on YouTube before long. Well, relationship between you and the person you last texted. Well, that was my husband, and that was a wonderful thing that I did to him yesterday. And I'm sure he's still just giddy with excitement. He was at a local place that sets up their cars, you know, to sale by owner. And a friend of mine spotted him talking to a gentleman about his Cobra Mustang. And she sent me a private message and told me to text my husband not to buy the car. And so I had a little, Paige and I had a little fun with my husband, and I suspect retribution, but I'm not too worried. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Favorite food. I'm a comfort food person. Love meats. But I don't really have a favorite. I'm always up to trying new flavors, new restaurants, new recipes, and adding my own twist to the recipes. So I don't really have a favorite food, although chocolate and I have a very close relationship. Place you want to visit. Absolutely want to go to Australia. Always have wanted to go to Australia. After the Lord of the Rings series came out, New Zealand came up there with Australia. But Angela, one day I will make it over the seas, and we'll be knocking at your door to come say hello. Last place you were. The last place I got to go was Pell City. I went to a writers conference down there. Had a wonderful time with the Writers Anonymous Midwinter Conference. And if you're a writer, or if you're just trying to build your platform or your relationships, I highly recommend local conferences, because one, the cost is not too much, but you make those connections that can really help grow you in the journey that you desire. So attend a local writers conference, or a local bloggers conference, or a local meetup. Do you have a crush? Other than on my husband, no, I don't have a crush. Last time you kissed someone, my husband. Last time you were insulted. Lord, I'm probably insulted every single day. I just don't notice. Being a mom of teenage boys, I'm sure I have been dealt my share of insults over the last 24 hours. But I learned that if I let what people say really get to me, then I will never be satisfied in myself. So my justification doesn't come from their words or from their thoughts or from their comments. And that allows me to not hear insults when they're insults, or better yet, to laugh off the insults, because, you know, a curse without merit will not alight. And so I'm just going to I'm not going to allow the curses to have merit in my life. Favorite flavor of sweet? Well, chocolate ranks real well up there. I do have a sweet tooth, so chocolate, vanilla ice cream, good vanilla ice cream is probably one of my all-time favorite sweets. And not just because of its flavor, but because of the texture. It has to be melted just a little bit. Can't be real hard. What instruments do you play? I can do the chords on the piano and on the guitar. I don't think that technically means that I can play them. Favorite piece of jewelry? I grew up a tomboy, so I did not wear a lot of jewelry. I still don't wear a lot of jewelry. I do wear my wedding band most of the time, but not all the time, and that really annoys my husband. But it's just not something I think about, because I'm out digging in the garden or out playing sports. Because I'm active like that, I worry about getting my finger swelling and with my ring. So I don't really have a favorite piece of jewelry. Last sport you played, does bowling count as a sport? Because we like to go bowling as a family, so I'm gonna count that. Last song you sang. Now that one's going to be a little more tricky, because I'm not 100% positive what the song was. Probably Schoolhouse Rock. My 8-year-old is in Schoolhouse Rock right now, and so we keep singing the Noun song. And if you don't know the Schoolhouse Rock Noun song, now's the time to Google it. Favorite chat up line. I love to ask people what they plan to do when they grow up. And I don't care how old they are, because it is my passion to help people discover their uniqueness and to pursue that to their place. And so I always want to know where people are in their journey. And I will say, to recent graduates, to recent retirees, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it usually gets the conversation moving some way. Have you ever used the line? I use the line all the time. Because I want to know. And if they're not sure what they want to be when they grow up, I want to help them discover that. Last time you hung out with anyone? Well, this weekend was really quiet for me, although we had a horde of Boy Scouts wandering the property. I did get to spend a lot of time alone, and that's nice. But I hung out with my family last night, and like I said, we watched Leverage together. And we do that a lot. We hang out, we watch TV, we played board games. And it's always interesting when you spend that much time with your family, how well you get to know each other and how dangerous that can be. Who should answer this question next? Well, I thought about that, and I have decided that I am going to stick with the Alabama women's bloggers, because we are building and growing this community together. And so since Carol is a member, and actually one of the founding members, I'm going to pass this on to Terry Lynn Underwood. I don't know Terry Lynn. I noticed her on the Alabama Bloggers website, and I would like to get to know a little more about Terry Lynn Underwood. So it'll be interesting to see, A, if Terry does join in this journey with us, and B, what she has to say. I want to thank you for tolerating these 50 questions. If you have any questions, further questions that you want to ask me, please comment, or you can connect with me on Facebook at the Kathryn C. Lang, or on Twitter at Kathryn C. Lang. I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day and be blessed.